Welcome, everybody. Week 1 starts in 2 days. Tonight's Tuesday. Thursday night football. We have Houston at Kansas City. We're almost there. A couple days away. We're going to have football. NFL football, people.
And these picks are probably not going to be the exact same as our season picks for them because teams have signed different players or gotten rid of a few players.
I will add on, some of these. Clowney finally got signed. Peterson switched teams. We'll get that in here a little bit. But anyway, we want to make our picks for week 1 like we did last year. We've been talking all summer here of teams and players and going over each team, additions, draft picks. Well, it's all going to start happening now. So week 1 pick from the Crazy Sasquatch Show here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to us if you like us. If you don't like our picks, let us know about it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or say you guys are crazy Sasquatches. At any rate, we'll get going with week 1, Thursday night game. Houston at Kansas City. Watson versus Mahomes. Watson lost his number 1 target. Kansas City lost a few guys on defense. Got a rookie running back. Their number one running back setting out the season with the COVID-19 pandemic going around. So, Hilaire's got the starting job in Kansas City. This could be a tough game. I think Watson's going to want to try to prove stuff. I like Cooks going to Houston. I think Cooks is going to have a decent game. You got a couple other wide receivers there that know Watson that could pick it up. Kansas City, you got a good running game there. Going to be a good, tough matchup. Defensive-wise, you got J.J. Watt on one side of the ball, some pretty decent defense. My pick on this one, though, I think it'll be a very close game. But at Kansas City, Super Bowl champs, purple's going to be this crazy Sasquatch or purple.
Are we doing scores?
We could do scores. Close. I'll do 34 for Kansas City, 28 for Houston.
Well, this game, Houston lost, in my opinion. Last year was the best receiver. This year, I think I had him 3rd or 4th. He's definitely a top 5 receiver. Got Randall Cobb, which is definitely not the same level as Hopkins. But this game, even though it's at Chiefs, I think Deshaun Watson will outplay the Chiefs. And I have Houston winning 24-21. There's not going to be that many big scores except for last year when people faced the Dolphins. There's not going to be that big of a scores because the rookies or players have no preseason. They only have practices with their own team. Houston, they did get another receiver, but they lost their number 1 receiver. Chiefs lost their number 1 cornerback, but re-signed one of their best defensive linemen. J.J. Watt, he's probably gonna have at least 2 sacks this game.
All right, yeah. Going on to Sunday, first 1:00 games. We got Seattle at Atlanta. Seattle picked off Jets number 1. I think it was cornerback or safety. I can't think of his name right now.
Strong safety, Jamal Adams.
So Seattle picked up Jamal Adams, beefed up their secondary a little bit. You got a couple really good probably the top duo wide receivers in Atlanta with Ridley and Jones. So thinking about a lot of games, guys. They got Gurley there in Atlanta, so he's gonna make his debut against Seattle. Seattle's number 1 running back Carson supposedly back healthy again. They signed a couple guys on running backs in the off season. Could be another one of those close, very good games to me. Seattle's probably got a little better defense. Atlanta right now may have a little more of the firepower. It's going to be in Atlanta. You're going to have the foot race. I don't know if Seattle can keep up with the foot race, and Jamal Adams can only cover one of these wide receivers. I don't know if they got enough coverage to cover the other one. Plus, with the other weapons, I'm giving Atlanta the win. Very, very close. Probably like 28. Oops, wrong side, Brett. Got your side. 28 21.
Well, Seattle, I think they have a better defense. They have probably the best middle linebacker, best strong safety in the league. Well, in my opinion, that's probably a lot of people's opinions also. But Seattle, comparing their quarterbacks, I do think Russell Wilson is better than Matt Ryan. Running backs, Atlanta's running back Gurley, which they picked up. He's been declining every year. Carson for Seattle. I wouldn't say he's an elite running back, maybe above average, but I am giving the win to Seattle. Maybe 24-17.
All right, next game, Cleveland Browns with Mayfield and Beckham at Baltimore with that tough defense. I think Baltimore, they got a rookie running back that's going to help out Ingram, take a little weight off his shoulders. You got a top quarterback in Baltimore, one of the top defenses in Baltimore. Cleveland, I think their team's up and coming with, they got some good running backs. Defense is coming up. I just think Baltimore's got, being at Baltimore, Baltimore's got a little more of an edge on this one. It's going to be a close, tough, fought, hard game. I keep going on your side. 28-24. Sorry, Brett, for writing on your side all the time. 28-24, Baltimore in a very close, hard-fought game. I just don't think they can stop Baltimore's quarterback.
I think this is a pretty easy one. Baltimore. I can't write a straight line, but I do think it's Baltimore. They have a very good offense. Cleveland, I mean, they're at least above average on each side. It's just their head coach that did get offensive coordinator from the Vikings. So Baltimore's going to score 31. Lamar Jackson probably going to get all those points by rushing and passing. I give Cleveland 21.
Next one, Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo, to me, is taking over their division. I think they're going to up New England this year, and it's going to be Baltimore's division. I think they got Diggs, another wide receiver, another weapon. They're very tough defense. Jets, you just lost your top defender to Seattle. I like Singletary. A lot of people aren't giving him the credit I think he's due. I know he kind of fumbles once in a while, but I think Singletary's going to come back, have a really good year, knowing it's his position to lose. Buffalo, I think a high score, 34. Taking for your team. 34-17. 34-17 Buffalo.
The Jets are the top team in the whole NFL, but Buffalo, they're just gonna outscore them, probably double the points. Jets probably one of the worst teams in the league, except maybe if Jacksonville takes that place. But the worst team, lost the best strong safety in the league. You really didn't pick up that much talent compared to what you lost. 31 to maybe 10.
The Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, it's going to be hard to say that. But the Las Vegas Raiders going at Carolina. Carolina still got McCaffrey. Bridgewater's their new quarterback. They got some decent wide receivers. I like Josh Jacobs from Oakland. Oakland just did it. See, he just did it. I like Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. Carr can manage a game. I just don't know the Raiders, if they got the wide receivers, really to do much. I know defensive-wise, I don't know if either of these two teams are in the top 20 defenses. I think McCaffrey and then Bridgewater just kind of managing the game. Gives Carolina the win in this one. Probably not a very high-scoring game. 21-17. Carolina.
I mean, I can't decide, especially for these two teams right here, I can't decide who would win. It's like a very close matchup, but last second field goal, 24-21. Carolina also didn't do that.
Okay, Chicago going to Detroit. Read a little article that Mitch Trubisky, you know, much people badmouth him and everything. He's had Detroit's numbers. I don't remember how many touchdowns in his rating against Detroit, but it's way up there. It's like, you know, an all pro quarterback against most teams. But Trubisky's had very good luck playing against Detroit. Stafford, they said he's going to have a good year. A couple good Galladay, Jones, a couple good wide receivers there. Running back wise, you just picked up Adrian Peterson. I don't know if he's going to be ready for week one, being he's only going to be with the team for a week. Chicago's defense, to me, has gotten better. Trubisky's got a chip on his shoulders, got something to prove, and a job to maintain over Foles. I don't see them losing this one. I see Chicago winning this one. Stafford's not a very mobile quarterback. If they come in blitzing with some of the new players Chicago's picked up, and I like a couple of rookies they got. Jalen Johnson in the backfield. I think Chicago's got this one. Maybe not real high scoring, but 24-14.
I give one. It's probably a 50-50 chance of who wins this. Bears, very bad week one. Trubisky, very bad week one. But I think the main factor of who's going to win this is offensive play. Bears, they definitely have a better defense. Offense, Detroit picked up Adrian Peterson. He's not going to be playing week one. They just picked him up, I think, last week. He's definitely not going to know the playbook or all the running plays. (17) 14 Bears. I think Graham will get 2 touchdowns in training camp. He's looked amazing, so I think he would shine during this game, and Trubisky would throw his way for 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Indy. Sorry, it's kind of small down here, guys. Indy at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's kind of shown they're in the rebuilding stages now in the last week. Traded one of their better defensive guys to Minnesota. Just let Fournette go. Jacksonville. Indy's going to come in here, guys. Going to have a heyday. Philip Rivers got something to prove. Indy's got very good running backs now. Two good running backs. Some decent wide receivers. I give this one to Indy. Wow. 28. I just can't see Jacksonville putting that much on the board. 28-10, Indy.
Like, for NFL, you're trying to get better. I think Jacksonville is purposely trying to be worse. Getting rid of your best defensive player. I pronounce his name wrong, but Campbell or something along those lines. I think he went to Baltimore. I may be wrong about that. But then you lost Fournette, which he was a very good running back in my opinion. And you just released him and didn't trade him. I think this is going to be a... Oh.
Both wins.
Yeah. They did get Philip Rivers, 17, maybe 7.
All right. Here's another division rival starting it off. Green Bay at Minnesota. I know Minnesota lost a few defensive guys this year, but they've picked up some. Like I said, they just made a deal with Jacksonville, picked up a guy. They lost Diggs, which is a big weapon. I like the rookie they picked up in the draft. I can't give his name right now. The Wookiee wide receiver. Yeah, Wookiees, it's like Sasquatches. The rookie wide receiver from Minnesota is good. I think Minnesota overall, offensive-wise, going to have a good team. Defensive-wise, I think they're putting the pieces back together. Green Bay, who's your number 2 wide receiver, guys? yeah, you got Devontae Adams, your number one. Who's your legitimate number two you can lean on? I don't see that. You got Reddy Graham. You have a legitimate tight end you can lean on. Yeah, you got Aaron Jones. You can pass and run. I just think Minnesota. It just right now has a little better team than Green Bay. I'm giving Minnesota the win here. 24. Sorry, wrong side again. 24-17.
Like, I don't predict highly of the Vikings this year. If you watch my other channel or if you saw any of the comments I make on maybe Vikings predictions or any video like that, you know I'm not that highly on the Vikings. Replacing all your players lost with rookies. Your number one guy you picked up from free agency opted out. Then you got player from Jacksonville. Did they get him from Jacksonville? So you got a very good defensive lineman from Jacksonville. You lost Diggs and what's their number 2 receiver? Thielen.
He's probably our number one guy now.
Yeah, he is number 1, but I don't think he's an elite wide receiver. I'm probably making a lot of Viking fans mad, but Green Bay has gotten worse. Vikings, other than the Patriots, you've gotten the worst. You probably had the second worst off season. Replacing all good players like Xavier Rhodes with rookies, that's not gonna do anything good. Packers 24, even though Funches opted out. I think Aaron Jones will get most of those yards. Vikings, maybe 10.
All right. Miami at New England. I know Miami's in the rebuilding stages. Picked up a bunch of draft picks. New England, probably the opposite. I mean, yeah, you got Cam Newton, but Sony Michel may not play week 1. What wide receivers do you have? Half your defense is opted out because of COVID-19. New England ain't going to have the defense they had. Cam Newton's going to try to carry this team on his shoulders, being he's new, learning everything. I don't know if he can yet, and if he ain't got nobody to throw to, no tight ends. Miami is bringing in the veteran. Tua is not going to start for the first half of the season, probably. You're going to have the old veteran play. They got a couple good running backs. I got Breida on my fantasy league team. I like Breida. The old Bears running back, Howard is there. So you got a couple decent running backs. You got some decent wide receivers, a veteran quarterback. Defense, I don't know too much about Miami's defense. I'll let you know that right now. But I think Miami has the offense to probably keep the ball moving and keep Cam Newton off the field and score. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Miami's going to come out and shock a few people with this one here. I got an upset, guys. Probably not a lot, but 2017 Miami.
So Miami, New England, both. Well, first New England, you lost like half your defense to free agency. You got a lot of rookies. Your number 1 receiver last year led the league in drop passes. It's gonna be a high-scoring game, but I'm gonna have to give it to New England since it's at New England. Tua, if he is starting, or Fitzpatrick, if he's
is week 1 supposedly.
Well, if Fitzpatrick is starting, 31.
Racing by 17, man.
34.
All right, Philadelphia, Washington. Philadelphia, playoff caliber team. Washington, you just got rid of Peterson. Yeah, you got some decent young running backs on this team. Haskins is your quarterback. Top of my head, I can't think of your top wide receivers. I know you got a good one there. You picked up last year in the draft. Defensive wise, not a whole. Well, you picked up a couple of decent guys, I guess, on defense. You should have a decent defense. I'm thinking the draft pick last year and the draft pick you picked up this year. You should have a decent defense. I don't think you have enough to stop Miles Sanders, Wentz, their wide receivers, and Ertz. I think he's a play. I don't think he'll hold out with his contract negotiations. I just think Philadelphia wins this one. But thinking about who Washington picked up in the draft and the last couple years on their front line on defense, They're going to give them a little bit of trouble. But I do give Philly the win here. Probably not a high-scoring affair. 24. I just can't see Washington scoring a whole lot. 10.
I see this as almost a blowout. Washington, you lost a lot of good players. Well, you lost Adrian Peterson, which he's like in my opinion, like the best person on your offense. I'm pretty sure your quarterback is from 2017 is one of the Vikings quarterbacks from then. I may be wrong about that. I see this as an easy one for Philadelphia. Maybe 31-10.
Chargers at Cincinnati. Chargers, you got a new quarterback there. The rookie's not starting. Gordon's gone. But you still got your two top wide receivers. A very good defense with Bosa still in there. Cincinnati. Burrows, rookie quarterback. But you got Mixon, as probably a top 10 running back on your team. Looks like Green's coming back. You might have some decent guys to throw to. I just can't see a rookie. I mean, I know Burrows is going to be good, guys, but a rookie against a pretty tough defense, a veteran defensive team, I think it's a little more than he can handle week one, especially with no preseason games, not seeing the speed. On your own team and when you're practicing, aren't going to want to hit you. These guys are going to want to come in and hit you in the mouth. Their opposing team, I think Chargers are going to pull this one off. Burrows is going to have a decent game. You got some decent weapons here. I think Chargers got a little bit more veterans on their team at this point. Another 17 to 10.
It's going to be a close game, but I give Chargers a slight edge, maybe 14-10. I just see if both rookie quarterbacks are starting, both of them have a very good number one receiver. I don't know who's better. Their running backs, I think Chargers gave away their number one running back. I think Melvin Gordon.
Denver, yep.
And Cincinnati, they have Mixon. I'm actually going to probably mix this up, actually.
It could be a close game. It's going to be a close one.
Bunching up the scores, Cincinnati wins. Maybe Joe Mixon gets the last touchdown.
Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady in week one. What a game, guys. This is going to be a game a lot of people are going to want to watch. Tampa Bay just picked up Fournette. You got McCoy. You got Robert Jones already there. You got two top wide receivers. You got Gronk. And you got a full offensive weapons. Defense, I know you had a very good front line. I don't know about the deep field. Talking about safeties and cornerbacks, what Spree's going to pick on is that. I like the pickup of Emmanuel Sanders by New Orleans. You got a couple good running backs there with Kamara. You get the good tight end. I think New Orleans has got a very tough defense. They've picked up a few guys on defense this year. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Brady's going to come out with a lot to prove. Breeze, I think they're on, if it's his last year, they're on a Super Bowl run. I mean, it's all or nothing this year. I think the team that has played together more, New Orleans, New England, where are they mixing in here? New Orleans, a little more veteran chemistry to play together. Tampa Bay, you're still learning a little bit. This is going to be a high-scoring, tough-fought game. I think New Orleans' defense may be the deciding factor with they're more of a complete defense on this one here. I'm picking New Orleans. Probably in a high-scoring game. 34-28.
I think New Orleans are the better team. Will win this. They have better defense, better offense. Tampa Bay, a lot of pieces they're trying to fit together. Just got Fournette. 24-17 New Orleans.
Arizona at San Fran. This is going to be a good one to watch, too. San Fran, one of the top defenses in the league. Arizona, you just picked up one of the top wide receivers in the league. David Johnson, you should have a decent running game. Or not David Johnson. Johnson went to Houston. Anyway, Houston, you got a decent running game. You got probably 3 quality wide receivers. You got the number one, and you got Fitzgerald, old veteran. San Fran, you got a couple good running backs here. I just heard today that Deebo Samuel is going to be released to play, so San Fran just got their wide receiver back.
They lost Emmanuel Sanders.
They lost Emmanuel Sanders, but I think they picked somebody up in the draft that's going to be okay. They always say defenses win championships. Oh, it's going to be not a high-scoring affair, but a close one. I got 17-14 for San Fran just because of their defense. Should be close.
So defenses, 49ers defenses is like leaps and bounds better than Arizona. I have 49ers winning this. People may say Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not a good quarterback, but he outplayed Patrick Mahomes for I think 2 to 3 quarters. And that Super Bowl, I think 3 quarters he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He overthrew the last ball he threw, and he's counted as bad. I think it would be 24, maybe 14.
Dallas at the Rams. Rams, no more Gurley, but you picked up a pretty good running back in the draft. I don't know if he'll be starting. Rams got a pretty decent defense. Dallas, probably above average defense. My thing is Dallas, I think you have all the weapons on offense. You got one of the top running backs. You got 3 very good wide receivers. Your third one being the rookie you just picked up, Dede. I think Dallas is going to be a close one. But I just think Dallas has got something to prove this year, and I think they got the total package on offense to overcome this defense. Probably not high scoring, but enough to win. 24-17.
I'm giving Dallas the win. Also, comparing their whole offense, wide receivers, Dallas, quarterbacks, Dallas, running backs, Dallas, tight ends. I really don't know their tight ends that much. Defenses, another close one. Pretty similar teams. I kind of mix them up. Sometimes I talk about the Rams and I say Dallas. I talk about Dallas. I say Rams. I say 21. Then maybe 17.
Copycat. Pittsburgh at the Giants. Pittsburgh, another top-rated defense. Roethlisberger's back. Juju Smith-Schuster, a couple other very good wide receivers. Connor, running back. Pretty good tight ends. Giants, probably a top 3 or 4 running back. Daniel Jones is coming up there. I mean, he's getting experience. Giants got a couple of decent wide receivers. Giants have actually been working on their defense a little this year. They picked up some guys on defense. I think the Giants' defense may surprise some people this year. I think Pittsburgh's a little bit better defense, maybe a little more veterans on offense. But could be a close game. 24. I don't want to be a copycat. 14.
I think Pittsburgh will win.
Smiley face. Put a tongue in there.
Giants. Pittsburgh is just a better team than you. That's like my main point. 31-17. I just think Pittsburgh overall is a way better team. To the quarterbacks, maybe not to the running backs, but they do have a very good running back. to wide receivers, to tight ends, to defense, they're all better than you. Maybe Giants only have to step up on running back.
And the Monday night game of the week, guys, the last game we'll finish with here for week 1, Tennessee at Denver. Tennessee, Derrick Henry, you know, you can argue one of the top 3 running backs in the league. You just picked up Javon Clowney, but you just picked him up a couple days ago, 5 days before season starts. Yeah, he can come in. I mean, defensive guys can start, you know, a little quicker than offensive guys, learning schemes, learning playbooks. So, Denver, I like Drew Lock. I like Sutton. You got 2 top running backs here now with Gordon and Lindsey. Denver's defense, I think, is going to be pretty decent. They're getting some guys back, and they still got Chubb. They still got some of the veteran guys on that team. I give Denver a slight edge on this one. I think they have a little more firepower on offense. Not to say you don't have a freight train, but I think Denver's got more of a passing power, can keep up. 21-17.
I have Tennessee winning this one. I would choose Denver. I think their starting quarterback is a rookie last year that played 1 game. Drew Lock. If it's week 3, I would give the win to Denver because I do think they have a better defense and maybe a slightly better offense or slightly worse offense. Could go either way this year. I'm giving Titans the win. 14. Maybe 10.
Well, that's our week 1 picks, guys. We'll see how we do. We'll let you know on our next video of how we done on week 1. We'll keep a track of who wins this year. On our picks, we were pretty close last year. Then we'll pick weeks 2. Weeks 2. So recap week 1, picks for week 2 next week. So otherwise, hope you enjoyed our broadcast here, guys. And like I said, if you like our page, like us, subscribe to us. We do weekly picks. If you want us to get into more of the fantasy league picks of what players you should have each week, let us know. We can get into some of the guys we think is going to have really good days. So
and in the comments, say who's going to win week 1, me or him, on our fantasy league.
Yeah, who has the better? There's a lot of them that are different choices here. The crazy Sasquatch or Brett. Let us know. Let me know.
I'm probably the best receiving core in our league.
So anyway, thanks guys for watching. See you next week.